next? I think this is where some of the... Wait, what part of the city are we in?
Our path leads on.
I know where we are. Yep. Pause here. I still don't want to talk to Horn. Actually, I do want. Let's see. Do you have anything new, actually? Nope. Amazing picture, horrible person. I did get a fancy thing. Clem. Let's go here. Now, pastor talked to the fugitive near the lost chapel. Oh, that's this chapter.
I stand ready.
Let's sell some stuff. And then, oh, it's going to be a lot of more talking, isn't it? Once, because we have so much stuff, I think, to do with the council. At least I think two committees, maybe? I don't remember. Well, sir. Show me what you have. Well, okay. +1, +1. Just take it. Take it. I'm not giving that up. Especially not right now for sure. What's this? +1. Give that up. This is +1. Over. That's fine, actually. Deal. I think he starts the quest, so I think we can bypass him. Let's see about Socio. I'm not about broke Trevor.
Therefore,
honestly.
Does it mean
Even though
whatever I do now
Socio
becomes
has
as
anger
good as
issues
my
too, so
promise?
maybe he just succumbed, whereas Socio, who's slowly losing control as well, Socio has a better ground point. Oh, Dan? Nope, nothing. Before we go in, we're gonna... Oh, wait, let's look at, to make sure. Let's see if anyone... No, okay, so we don't have to level anybody. But who was it that had... Someone had a negative effect. Ew, and it's still freaking permanent. The plague, that's what it was. Let's see. Oh, it wasn't. That's right. Oh, wait. Ews. Duh. Save. The best things for that. Even though we probably could have went to a priest. Let's go in. More talking. Most home conditions can be removed in a similar way. Lance's expression is apprehensive but determined. I've got news. I've slaughtered every crusader within walking distance. Oh, not literally, of course. I've been sparring with them. I came to say that I need a better practice partner. Someone who fights with more power and more cunning. I'm sure we haven't seen the last of Sabemelech, and it's not like other demons are a pushover either. I need to get stronger, and you're the only person who can help me. I don't know anyone who fights like you. I always watch you. Watch you, in a not creepy way, that is. You beating up every crusader in the Citadel? Well, only the ones who agree to fight me. Lance smiles and puffs out his chest a little. No exaggeration, an awful lot of them say yes. I guess they wanted to try to break off the K-Freak's horns, but they got more than they bargained for. Let's see how you do against me. The human side of Lance's face lightens up with a warm smile. Thanks, this means a lot to me. I swear, if you lose, I never tell a soul. Oh, cool. Maybe a little PvP? Man, he has so much in those attacks. And he can hit so many times. How freaking cool. Land rolls his soldiers, limbering up and off the formal bow. Sparring with the commander is a great honor to me, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go down without a fight. Ready? Don't worry, I'll be gentle. I hope that doesn't mean I bring out your motherly instincts. Never be truly scary.
Defeat is not an option.
This is freaking cool. And oh, we can't use. That's freaking cool. We can't use abilities. Wait, are you not using your bow? Let's see. Oh, we're just hitting. We're not using weapons. So, we can take this off. Let's go.
We shall overcome.
Oh, do we also have fast healing, right? Oh, we do. Still. Wait, why are we doing... Are we wet and wet, right? You know what?
Take that.
Let's turn this back on, because I don't know where his stuff is.
Do not hold back.
And why do we get 3 here, but when it's on real time, it's like it's not doing the 3? Not bad. The only thing is the fast. Well, come on.
Strike as one.
Silent.
Attack.
Yeah, it's just
We shall overcome.
because my dad will be all day.
Do not hold back.
Okay, we can see his stuff once if we hover. Oh, that's freaking cool that we're basically both at the same initiative. Oh, we're like a nanosec before him. Yep. We can't use. Nope. Only we had better strength, but we don't. What? Oh, the guy. The cobalt. Who did a... Oh, we did a crit. That fast healing is doing
This is
work.
not my time yet.
Strike
Kinda is
as
right
one.
now. Yeah, it's like
Beth
we...
survived worse.
Oh my guy. Man is breathing heavily and visibly sweating, and the last strike could be his last. What? Haven't had enough yet? I can keep this up for hours. He lunges forward, but his attack lacks force, so you dodge it easily. Take. I'm not. I like him. Not like that, but still. Take and yield. Lance stands over you, panting and disheveled. His eyes are burning, but not with triumph. It's as if he's suddenly seeing you differently in this position. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to hit you, but it didn't hurt too bad, did it? You did the right. You showed your commander that she needs to train more. Man laughs. I guess I should act like that was my plan all along, but really, I saw this as a way to spend some time alone with you, and for you to teach me a few techniques. But if it helped you, I'm glad. And really, you look very pretty on the ground like that. Shit, what am I saying? I think we should leave it there for the day and just act like I'm not Land the smug cave rat, and you're not a stunning warrior maiden who failed me with a single glance. We're just comrades who had a good training session together. Let's head. Oh, Land, you're barking up the wrong tree, my guy. We are taken right now. What? Wait, is that mimics? Are they gonna talk or something? They are talking. You're approached by a procession of ornate chest flashing predatory grins. Hey, Commander, how are we doing today? They didn't want to let us in to see you at first. We're mimics, a lot of us, and a lot of fun we are too. We can turn into a chair, and then when the enemy sits on us, we grab them with the rump. Oh, num num. We heard about a new commander from the Crusades, a cheerful sort with a good head on her shoulders. So we figured we'd join you and be knighted. You know, like the rest of those free crusaders of yours. Huh? If I've ever been truly horror-struck over the last 1,000 or so years, I can't recall. But I certainly am now. Why do you want to join the crusade? Why? Everyone's joining, so we figured we'd join too. I mean, if you can turn wood into knights and kids into knights, we technically did. So he's not wrong. Then why not us, huh? Grabbing up demons and cultists might even be more fun. We could transform into an altar of Baphomet, wait for our cultists to come up close and start preaching, and then num num. Consider yourself enlisted. I dubbed these our wardrobe, Sir Footstool, and Sir Cultist Bed. Now we're talking. Look, we're crusaders now, my lads. Them demons had better beware. Oh, this is so chaotic. I love it. What's the terminology? I don't remember the Oriad. Captain Hermatin. Hail, Commander. Captain Hermatin salutes. Permission to report. Although the deserter has been halted, not everyone appreciated your methods. A circle of discontents formed within the officers' ranks, calling themselves the wary. There is no blatant sign of sedition. Otherwise, they would have been arrested. Still, their talk is concerning. We can't rely on them. We need our own trusted officers. I suggest enlisting some of the volunteers. We get some very capable fighters among the fresh blood every day, the kind that will be made sergeants straight away. We need those who know the meaning of honor. We're called paladins and knights from Republic orders, and they'll serve as an example of our soldiers, boosting everyone's morale too. Officers who are unworthy of their ranks can always be replaced. We can identify experienced sergeants with reliable records or results, then promote them. Mendelv is full of compromising youths who were overlooked with their seniors were promised to serve in your army. We can call them here, award them rank, and they'll be grateful to us until the end of their days. Why exactly are these wary unsatisfied? We raised the privates' pay and gave them enhanced rations with expected results. Unfortunately, some of the officers felt themselves deprived of these benefits. They're now spreading dangerous ideas. So they're expecting bribes? The opportunist. I did warn you, you did. At least always take offense when gifts and affections of the authorities are directed to someone else. And one more thing, I apologize if this sounds disrespectful, but there are the sentiments within the ranks. For an entire century, the Queen was the face of the crusade. Even when she personally appointed you as the Crusaders. As commander, many still consider you And upstart, unworthy of the high title. Many officers and soldiers dream of Her Majesty taking the lead. Well, let's discuss first. Darren. There are plenty of ambitious young men and women in Mendev waiting for the chance to prove themselves. They'll move mountains for whatever gives them this chance. The aspirations of hot-headed youth are the best fuel for war. Sure, why don't we invite some privileged youth as our officers? Gamblers, status seekers, fops, and brilliant poets, unappreciated by the masses. That's what's been missing in our commanding ranks. I can see the Count misses the high life dearly and would like to invite along the entirety of the capital's leisure class to join him in carousing. I can't help him, so he can invite them to his heart's content, but not serve here as officers. I get it, I understand, Darren, but no. Regil? Appointing officers from the outside is a mistake. We should move our most distinguished privates up the ranks. The Druids will be more eager to trust their former comrades and try to climb up the ladder themselves. Of course, these officers will also prove more loyal than newcomers invited from who knows where. There's some truth to that. I became who I am by making it all the way from a thief to a paladin. But soldiers need not just generals, but mentors too. They need officers who embody honor and bravery, showing the true meaning of those virtues as someone once showed me. Sela? We need the most honorable, loyal officers. Where else can we find them among the chivalric orders and paladins? We invite valiant knights to dress in and make them officers. They're the best hopes for a crusader army. That sounds fabulous, but there's just one teeny little problem. Who do you think has been filling these positions until now? Did it truly not cross your mind? Did not cross my dearest cousin's mind to recruit your favorite paragons of honor and faith as officers? Your proposal is to repeat exactly the same thing that's been going on without you for the last 100 years. Right now, I'm on Regil's side. Captain? There are volunteers arriving every day with some quite capable people in their midst. I wasn't a rookie when I joined the Crusade, after all. I am 100 years of military experience. We can rely on these new leaders to replenish our command staff. Shall we entrust the lives of our soldiers to strangers? I'm not so sure. Okay, so the people who I know we're not doing. Sela. Bias officers. Memory increases. Darren. Wait. Yeah. Plus my level to the. Yeah. Darren. All generals gain plus one level to the master maneuver. Oh, that's freaking cool. That's freaking cool. Nice and captain. Heroic officer's feat. Plus 5 bonus to combat. Now we're doing Regil. But I just hope it's something good. Striving for distinction feat. What is yours? Man, Regil's makes sense. Certainly, I already have the list prepared. I can present it immediately to those who have excelled, so that those who have excelled can be fairly rewarded for their performance. I hope that these measures will solve the issues at hand. If we have further complications, I will call another council at once. Oh, it's the Kitsune. I don't remember her name. Lady Konomi. Commander, the capital needs you to take decisive action. At one point, we need to do her. I think, didn't we do her actual request? Like, I don't remember. There has been a major scandal. The nation of Adoran, our diplomatic partner, has sent its army to help the crusade. However, This apparently generous gesture is nothing more than political provocation. The Adherents want to prevent the emerging rapprochement between Mendelv and Chiliax, of which I have previously informed you. They've definitely sent their army to our territory without seeking Erodian's approval. If Mendelv accepts this help, it will cool our relations with Iscar and their suzerain Chiliax. The Royal Council Command, that is to say experts, expects you to reject Andarin aid. Direct them towards Her Majesty's court. They are welcome to negotiate with the capital. Unfortunately, we can't disguise the decision made by Her Majesty and her. We can't disregard the decision made by Her Majesty and her council. Socia pauses and gives you a slight smile. But those Adherents didn't come here empty-handed. They brought weapons and supplies. Let them share those with us, since Nerosian forbids them from joining our army. It's like I did all my reading at the beginning. Darren regards Lady Konami with feigned disapproval. Come now, Lady Konami. All this suspicion. I am sure that the Adherents are driven by nothing more than benevolence and concern for our collective future. We simply must accept them like dear friends. We shall send the Adherents back home instead of Nerosian, and declare as loudly as possible that we disapprove of their underhanded methods. Otherwise, our capitalist diplomat will see it as an opportunity to strike a few deals and sweep the whole scandal under the rug. And that's not right. Vile deeds should be exposed, not hidden. If the whole deal is bottom being Adherents, they should just stop being them. Take down the banners, call themselves mercenaries, problem solved. You're not wrong. What is the gist of the political conflict? Isgar is a proctorate of Chiliax, and Andarin and Chiliax have a long history of feuds. For Andarins, the highest value are freedom and equality, and for the Chiliaxans, it's order and hierarchy. It's as if the two countries were made to be at odds. The fact that they are both allied with Mendev doesn't stop them from settling scores at any opportunity. For the time being, Nerosian considers it more advantageous to cooperate with Igorian, the capital of Chiliax. No one is cutting ties with Andarin, no. It's just that the relations have cooled somewhat. It's a common occurrence in the politics of major powers. That is why Nerosian insisted on you inviting Iskar, Chiliax's proctorate. When you accepted their forces, the Andarins resorted to a provocation. Either Nerosian receives their help, incurring Egeron's discontent, or at risk of political row. The Royal Council must choose now. Lad? The longer I sit on this council, the harder it is for me to figure out what demons are supposed to defeat. The ones on the front lines are the ones we're protecting. How can people think about plots and intrigues when the world hangs in the balance? I don't have much faith in the integrity of Nerosian bureaucrats, which is why I'm suggesting that we treat the Nerosians in a way that will make it clear. We won't stand for being used. If you want to help, then do it decently, and if you want to scheme, just go home. It will discourage wily opportunists, but win the respect of those who value honesty and decency. The politicians may be at fault here, but what is the soldiers' crime? They're prepared to risk their lives to defeat Golarion, and they're certainly not looking to gain anything from this war. It's just to punish them for the action of their leaders. With logic like that, we shouldn't be surprised when people start to judge us by the deeds of Nerosian bureaucracy. Lady Konami? Firstly, because it is the wish of the capital, of course, Lady Konami falls silent for a few moments, letting the weight of her argument sink in. And secondly, you do not understand that this situation is larger and more complex than what you can see from Dresden. It will be inconvenient for us to quarrel with Chilias at the moment, and Andaran is pushing us to do exactly that. I can promise you that Mendelf will compensate you for your losses. We are guided not by consideration of our own beliefs, but of the good of your army and the entire crusade. Nuh-uh, no dice. When they give you something, you take it, especially freebies. Don't bother feeding us that garbage about compensating us later. The authorities do it whenever it's fleecing time, and then what? The people get nothing back. Compensation, my tail. Darren? Does it become us to reject the aid of our valiant allies who are on their way to on their way here to share the burden of this holy war. I sense the sense of pride, envy, and yes, just a whiff of covetousness too. Covetousness. Coming from the direction of Erosian, but there can be no place for a sin on a crusade. Lady Konomi shut us pointedly. Don't forget about the sin of slander count. Enough tomfoolery. We are just relieved to diplomatic disaster. Perhaps not. One thing I can say for sure, this was a bold move by Andoran. They are willing to invest much in this cause, our cause. I see no reason to refuse. I was never fond of Chiliacs anyway. I don't like their practices or their wine. Oh, right, Darren. Socio? I come for Andoran myself, and as Shannon is my witness, I wish I could offer another solution, but we have sworn an oath to Her Majesty. If the Rosian doesn't wish to see Andoran troops in Dresden, we have no right to invite them. But no one can forbid us from accepting their help in the form of weapons and supplies. After all, this war is not just some political conflict. This is a battle of the fate of Galorian. Everyone is entitled to their part. But if we just take supplies and weapons, won't it just look like we just are using them for what they have? What touching bashfulness. You're proposing we behave like the daughter of a noble family who wants to give herself to a dashing bard but keep her maiden honor? Not wrong, would you? I know a guy or two with connections in the merc circles, a bit creepy, but they keep their word. I'll take 5 minutes from the turning Andoran army into a mercenary army. They'll dig up some distinguished name of some country retired group, picture up with banners and uniforms, and record the company's arrival in the books of local mercenary guild. Even the fussier cloak won't realize they're not well-respected dogs of war, but a detachment of Andoran regulars, and just like that, under neutral banners, we can accept our new friends into our army. Clever, eh? It's crooked, not clever. If a soldier doesn't care about which banner to fight, then they're not a soldier, just your average cutthroat. If the Andorians agree to something like that, my respect for them will plummet, and it's not as high as it is. Okay. I honestly want the soldiers, but I know I'm not doing Lady Konomi's. It will give us Cursionaires, great AC, horrible damage, 30 champions, great damage, horrible AC, 30 marksmen, amazing damage, decent AC. Woljuf I like, but they weren't wrong with their Land wasn't wrong with what he said, so I'm reconsidering Woljuf's Hedge Knights. Attracted by fame feet, AC dollars. Oh, cool. Oh wait, Lady Konami. Same remote. Attracted by fame feet, land. "45 Rangers, a range unit capable of defending themselves in close combat, are recruited at the commander's headquarters." And out of that, point of damage by this unit makes a 42 saving throw. Oh, that's freaking cool. Wait, which one is the free? Andoran, freedom and equality. Yeah. So not thinking they're soldiers, straight finance points. Enduring equipment. Oh, that's cool, but no. Let's see. I'm not a fan of, I kind of want their soldiers. And then they are right about them if they're so willing to go under neutral banners. There's no way I'm doing Lady Konomi's. Lane is technically right, but I think we're going to take Darren's idea. Excellent horses. Raiders, Paladin, Crusader. Not the Hell Knights? Paladins, Mercenaries, Wolf Raiders, Hedge Knights, Raiders. We don't even have most of that. You have already demonstrated your defiance of the Royal Council. Do not cross that line that separates defiance from an open attack on Mendev's interests. The Royal Council will not forgive you for it. Is that a threat? Merely a warning. Your actions, on the other hand, are indeed threatening to Mendev. Her Majesty has entrusted her kingdom to the Royal Council. It is their duty to oppose those who hurt her interests. By turning them against you, you leave them no choice but to start hurting you. Final. Not a fan. Her hand twitches in frustration. There will be consequences. Severe and unpleasant consequences. It will be virtuous and what was it that the priest used to say? Upright. Every pure soul has the right to be pushing up daisies for Galorian. Not to mention the Andoran cavalry has the best horses. And I have been thinking about purchasing a stallion. That will be all. I hope you are all pleased with the work of the Diplomatic Council. I doubt that the capital will henceforth be inclined to involve you in matters of politics, Commander. You may give your demon warrior uninvited. Is she leaving us? I'm not opposed to her leaving us. Captain Odan, Commander, we managed to defeat Karazmada's host. The remnants of his army have retreated to lick their wounds, and we must use this opportunity to go on the offense. Right now, our army is not fully prepared to begin such an expansion. The farther we advance into the enemy territory, the more we need strong and mobile cavalry. I propose we replenish our forces with light cavalrymen. Mendev could offer us plenty. There are many lone paladins on Galorian like me who travel and help the needy. Shall we call them to our aid? Cavalry is a crucial element of the army, one that's difficult to replace. Mendevian knights often sacrifice their defense in favor of offensive power, and it is time to put an end to this wastefulness. All riders must be encased in heavy cuirassier armor so to avoid unnecessary losses. In my long and productive life, I've taken assignments involving knights, nomads, and other targets who enjoy prancing about on horses. And let me tell you, the hardest of those targets were hedge knights. They are true dogs of war who don't have a homeland, but they do have its experience and a sharp blade. If you need cavalry, I say they're your guys. Cavalry. Now they're always a serious threat on the battlefield, and not just riders on horseback. The fiercest fighters out of all the cavalry I've ever seen are the wolf riders from the Mendarian forest. Maybe we could try to recruit them. Grey Boy, what are you doing here? You're not a soldier. He puffs his pipe and after a sharp pause sighs, says with dignity, True, I am not a soldier. However, I have a better understanding of killing than most. Besides, the fact that I'm not a professional soldier means I can offer you a fresh perspective and give you advice that would never occur to a career officer. True. What's the opinions? Sela? What about the paladins? The gods have blessed them with strength, protecting them against the darkness corruption. They spend their life training and performing great deeds. Destroying evil is what they live for, and is what they do better than anyone. Ulbrich? The Vandarian forest is a perilous place, and the people who live there are harsh folk. They're almost like us. They fight against all kinds of wild fae, overgrown bugs, and other oglins. One of the group that live in the forest is a halfling tribe. What the gods deny them is stature. They're more than make up for it in ferocity, and they're wolf riders. They're like beast-side beasts. The point is, they're well used to cutting it off offling heads in their forest. They'll fit right in there. In here, a warrior's size is no obstacle to prowess by any means, but the notion of wolves as mounts does not stand up to scrutiny. They cannot wear any proper armor, and without it, their first battle will be their last. Grey Boy? I once had a contract to kill a highborn baron. A famed warrior never went anywhere without an escort, so I prepared an ambush for his entourage on a forest road in the dark. The scream of that baron when he and his horse fell into the spiked pit, and above him there was a slaughter going on. I showed myself, split open the head of the nearest guard, and darted into the bushes. They followed, right into my trap. Crossbows, wooden stakes sticking out the ground. All sorts of things. Arrows flying about. Everyone shouting. They made such a racket they scared themselves. They thought they'd been hit by a whole gang of assailants. In any case, the knights who served the baron because of their oath got the jitters and bolted, even his kin. But the two hedge knights he hired fought like wild beasts. Those were worthy opponents indeed. It's simple. They know that if they don't win, they don't get a single coin. Hedge knights are seasoned folk. They've been around. Dangerous, too. They fight for victory and gold, not for honor or glory. They don't care if their tactics are cheap. If they can kill the enemy, they will. I thought the peoples you described even have the right to call themselves knights. I am not keen on fighting side by side with someone who sees the Crusaders as a chance to make a fortune. Regil? There's a certain breed of fighters who think that the glory they win on the battlefield justifies any amount of risk. That may be acceptable for them, but it's not acceptable for their commanding officers. Wasting cavalry and daring attacks only saps the strength of our own army. We must see to it that all riders are equipped with the best armor, the kind that will provide the highest chance of surviving on the battlefield. I would also advise against recruiting any glory seekers or protectors of high ideals to serve as our cavalry, for the aforementioned reasons. Captain Ordan prims his lips and says forcefully, "The riders of Mendevs are the constable fearing for their hides. Your demands, Regil, may lead them to believe that you don't trust them, or even worse, suspect them of cowardice." Ordan? Light cavalry may be inferior to knights as far as the equipment qualities go, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Firstly, the lightness of the armor gives them maneuverability, and secondly, many nobles' offspring who have battle skills and a fast hearts, but can't afford expensive armor will gladly answer our call. Eager to earn glory with their feet. So long as they don't flee the battlefield first on those very same fast horses, they're lovers of glory and easy victories. I'm stuck between Greyboar and Odan, actually. Paladins, the main stable. Mounted Scouts are promoted to Paladins. Mounted Scouts, 3 to 8. Big difference. Mercenaries. All my scouts will go to Mercenary. Hedge Knights. Wolf Riders. Oh, they get 2 attacks. I think. Looks like 2 attacks. Hedge Knights. I don't want the Paladins. Mercenaries. Oh yeah, they're light cavalry. Mounted AC 13, 3 to 8. 16. Not. Looks like 2 attacks, but still. Let's do. Paladins aren't bad either, honestly. They're really not. I'm thinking the Wolf Riders, but hedge. Do we want to do the hedge knight? Effective shot cavalry. Capable of healing abilities. Well protected. Shock. Savage and fast. Lightly armed but maneuverable and fast cavalry. Wolf. These halflings are not to be messed with. They will go out on the field of battle. They'll tear the Oglins to shreds. With that, this meeting of the military council is adjourned. I will brief the officers on the expected reinforcement immediately and see that our available stables are expanded and properly refitted. I like Odin. Oh boy. Nevi? Nothing. Sunset? Nothing. Era? Nothing. Avu? Nothing. Save. And just to be... Yeah, Blackwater, Burial Ground. Lost Chapel. Let's see where we are.